Good morning. I just wanted to welcome all of you to the morning ritual for guitar growth. I'm Jason, and this is 𝗪𝗀𝗃 and this is happening. It's happening. It's still happening. Every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hopefully this is good for you. This is we need to do a little bit of tuning up, and we'll get there. So how was your day yesterday, Sky? Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Animates, or whatever. Good morning. We appreciate you being here, and just getting going. So we have this really beautiful A440 to appreciate. Morning sound is better. Oh, Jill, thank you very much. Thank you. Since I'm giving you the A, maybe I should do the A too. I think I'll give my fingernails a wee bit of a breather this morning. And I have 3 picks that I've attached to a specialized bit that I adapted for a drill. So I'll be using that. I'll be using that today. And if you don't have yours yet, I'll give you a moment so you can go get your drill together and be ready. There's my wee attempt at humor this morning. Certainly appreciate the comments about the sound. You know, sound is super important for all of us, I think. I don't know why I feel like if I talked softly, do I need to shout to come through? I always feel like I need to speak loudly, and I just don't want to do that in the morning. Today, anyway. Sometimes I do. Sometimes you just need to break through the noise. Is the view should be a little better. I don't know. For me, I have like a pile of stuff over here on my screen, so I don't know if that is happening to you or not, but if it is, I'll work on this again for tomorrow so that we can get it even better tomorrow, more dialed in. Let's see if we can go like this. I shouldn't touch this at all right now, should I? Maybe I'll just leave it alone. Beautiful start to the morning today. When mountains crumble to the sea, there will still be you and me. What a great song, man. I don't think 𝗪𝗏𝗃's underrated, do you? Hey, chronic catch-up. there's someone, you don't hear this kind of thing very often in your life, do you? You know what I mean? You don't hear that kind of thing often enough. So I also want to confirm with you that Chronic Catch Up that you too are awesome and should likely receive good things. But you know, and I know, we try to do our best with what we have without expecting anything in return. So that's the name of the game. The name of the game is just to serve. The name of the game is to live a life of service. For those of you who don't know yet, let's go through welcomes here and then we'll get going, because we really we're closing the gap to getting a little bit behind. So we don't want to do that, but I do want to take a minute to say good morning to Sky Animates. Good morning to Jill Bourgeois with the morning sound is better. The salut, or the salute for the morning ritual has begun. Before we get into setting our intentions, I wanted to let everybody know that Kevin, we plugged everything. We plugged all of the 100th. We had a guitar giveaway, a guitar session, a Zoom session giveaway for yesterday and the day before that preceded it, for celebrating our 100th episode here in the morning ritual this year. Okay, so that's what's going on. And Kevin, out of all of the entrants who said happy picking, all caps exclamation, if you said happy picking in any format, you all were entered, right? So Kevin was tabulated by a random pull to be the winner of that first Zoom session. Now we have another. Now let's bask in that glory just for one moment. Just let's bask in that moment. I've been wanting to know. Kevin's been here, Anthony's been here, Raul's been here. So many of you have been here from the beginning that it's. I've had the honor and the privilege of speaking with Anthony Tortorello over the internet in a video conference, and it just blows my mind that there. It doesn't really. I guess it doesn't surprise me when you think it through from start to finish, that there are good people doing good things every day. It doesn't surprise me, but I wanted you also to know that because Anthony and Kevin are the two Blue Wrench holders, I do have, I don't want you to feel they're here completely voluntarily, keeping the live chat lively. And I don't want either one of you to feel overworked or overburdened or underjoyed, or however you want to put it. So if you ever need to do something else, which I'm assuming, like all things will come to pass, don't you worry about it. And we'll have another moderator just sort of step in and fill the torch. If there is someone going, if you wanted to give them share some advice with an incoming torch bearer for the Blue Wrench, that's cool. You've probably learned a lot about moderating, maybe, I'm not sure, but if you have any wisdom as you sort of move on, not that I want anyone to move on, but just know that we care deeply about your well-being. All right, so congratulations to Kevin, and we'll have another winner later today from yesterday. Okay, and morning Sky, good day, a little busy with work, didn't get to practice as much. Yeah, we were operating tractor and heavy equipment yesterday, building a walkway for the north end of the property. Sound is better, cool, very good. Alagu, oh, fly me to the moon. Yes, yeah, right on. What did I miss? Mark. Hey, Mark, didn't miss anything yet. We're just warming up, still getting tuned up. We're just tuned, I think. We're going to call it close enough for bluegrass, and then we're starting with fingers 2 and 4 as per usual. But this time, I got thinking we need something fresh and new, and so we're going to use some of the old school things. But we're going to we're going to patternize the heck out of this thing. Just to get it, you know, get the fingers moving in a different way. What we typically would do is that, you know, 2-4, 2-4, and then, so we'll start here, but just I want you to know that there are some patterns that are coming, right? And you can be working the patterns if you like. But for now, let's go ahead and continue along with our per typical situation. Let's go ahead, once we get back to the top, we'll go ahead and top up. Oh, 0 fret. Mr. Tortorello, it's for you. It's for all of us now, isn't it? And then when we get back to the top, we'll go ahead and discuss how we might patternize this to continue, you know, benefiting our own. Let's say that we wanted to get familiar with ourselves as an improvisational artist, as an improviser, as an improvising guitar practitioner. Yes, that's a great thing to do. So let's say that we want to improvise something. So I'm going to improvise something in Japanese right now. Okay. And the only thing I know how to do is 𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗍, you know, or I don't really know ni hao. No, that's Mandarin. I don't really know any Japanese, so how am I expected to, you know, improvise in Japanese, right? So, I mean, it's sort of asinine for me to think that. And it's such a beautiful language, I wouldn't dream of improvising it and not knowing a thing about it. So the first thing I must do is practice and absorb all of that language of, not that I'm trying to improvise in Japanese, but I'm improvising on the guitar in the language of music. So I'm going up. So here it is slowly. Here's the pattern. We're using fingers 1. Let's say we're 2 fingers. We're using fingers 3 and 4. So 3, 4. I'm going up. So I have a pattern that's basically, you know, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12 ad infinitum, okay? Up and down. But let's say I don't want to go straight up and straight down. I want to extend my journey. I want it to seem like it's taking a little bit longer to reach that climax, or that pinnacle of my line, my single note line. So the only way I can do this, and this is, I'm sorry to start you on this with fingers 3 and 4, because it's a little bit like punishment, but you're strong enough to get through the tough times. Yes, you are, and so am I'd like to think. So 1, 2, 3, 4 notes up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 notes, but I'm using my 4th finger on, you know, I'm smearing my 4th finger, so you can see my pinky finger right here is going to, it's in a position where it can roll back to grab the previous string. So let's go ahead and work that exercise first. Okay, I'll show you how we work that. Finger 4 is right on the tip. Let me go ahead. I know I've made this impression before, but I'm going to make it again because it's such an important piece of building ourselves up as guitar players, improvising guitar practitioners. Okay. Oh, by the way, this shirt has been retired for a long time. It's but I'm breaking it out for today. It's got this asymmetrical sort of pockets, made by a company called Prana, and it's you know, they're outdoor sort of climbing enthusiast outfitters, ex officio type stuff, you know. So that's where my fingertip is going to be, and this is where my fingertip, let me smear this piece right here and see if I can get that. I just want to take an impression for you. So we're doing a little bit of fretboard archaeology this morning. All right, so here's where the string belongs underneath the smeared part of my, let me see if I can turn this around. Can you see where that is right there? The difference between that and where it was on my fingertip. So here we go. So we'll just keep that fourth finger, and we're basically working the knuckles, right? The joints of the finger. He said finger. All right, so here we go. And I don't have a whole lot of capacity to view live stream chat, so I'm going to do my best to keep an eye on the live chat, because it's such a great place to be. You know, if you have questions about the guitar on that live chat, if you post them, I might see them, and if I don't see them, other guitar players on the channel certainly will. There are guitarists from all over the world at every skill level in this live chat, and some of the education you can get from the live chat is just brilliant. Hey, good morning, Guitar for Everyone. Good morning, Mark. Yeah, all right, so that's what we're doing. Just rolling that fourth finger around so that we can get it into compliance with. We have to do the same thing with the pinky or the ring finger too, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 notes up. But then if I use my fingertip, I have to jump. I have to lift my whole finger and jump back. And I will never be able to accomplish the speed that I'm hoping to gain later on down the road if I have to keep picking up my yurt and moving it along. It's not very responsive. I've learned how to do it. It's quicker than picking up and moving my stick-built house, but it's still not as quick as living in a single-person shelter and then just kind of done, move. So that's what we're trying to do. We're moving up 4 tones, but this time I'm landing on that smeared part of my pinky so that I can roll back down to the low E string. And then I'm on the smeared part of my third finger, my ring finger, and then going back down. The same technique that we did with our fourth finger, we're doing that here. Starting again. Just have to remember when those smears have to happen. Right here. Third finger smear coming up right there. Fourth finger smear coming up here. Third finger smear coming up here. Okay, so that's the technique that we're using. That's the technique we're going for. We'll revisit it. You can work on it a little bit today on your own. We'll start to introduce that kind of stuff more as we get closer to the halfway marker, day 130, which we'll be doing another big giveaway on day 130. So be here for that. And it's important to do this stuff slowly and in a controlled manner. now I'm enjoying a new fourth finger. So very cool. Let's see. No burden. All the regulars are great people. Nice. Motocross. Yeah, right on. Is way similar to the burden you have already surpassed. That's great. That's really nice. That's insightful right there. I love that. You know, I love people here like that. That's great. Keep bringing that stuff. Keep bringing it so we can absorb all of that into our session. So here we go. We've already done fingers 3 and 4 extensively, so we'll zip through fingers 2 and 3. So 1C and a 2C and a putting on my shoesies. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Lloyd. Gage Atkins, good morning. Elvis Macramino, good morning. Oh, good morning. Cinturon Al-Eru, I'm not sure if I got that correct. I probably didn't. Lloyd Davis, come on. Konnichiwa. Oh, there you go. Domo arigato. Konnichiwa. Ridge Anthony, that. What's that clicking noise? Oh yeah, I wanted to introduce you to Mr. Metronome. And I think maybe Jill covered that already. So the metronome is something that we use every weekday morning here at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time for the entire year of 2025. And I've had drummers here in the studio, just laying down some doing some session work. And they're like, man, your time is really good. It's really solid. And I thought, well, it's not really me. It's the metronome kind of, it's the metronome really helping me get to where I need to be rhythmically. 1 E and a 2. You know what to do. Fingers 1 and 2, 10 and 12. Metronome set. 60 beats. Yeah, Dan, right on. I hear someone say, James Taylor, check Anthony's version of Fire and Rain. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Anthony, if you haven't checked out, take a look at some of the, we all like to observe each other's live chats. So it's really fun to go and take a look at what others are doing on in this live chat. Some of these channels are just like remarkable, and then you'll learn quickly that Mr. Tortorello is in a band called Denim Dennis, and they have a couple of records out, and they're touring musicians, and they play like real honest to goodness trio music, right? Rock music. It's great stuff. So we're definitely excited to have you here with us. Motocross, you have a new sub. I love the sound of that. Let's try this fingers 2 and 3. We'll just keep right on motoring. So fingers 2 and 4 on frets 9 and 12. 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a. Did you hear that? I was counting 16ths but playing 16th note triplets. Alright, so Lloyd, when I hear someone, okay, James Taylor. Ridge, it's a metronome, good. Anthony and I were working on Fire and Rain, our video session. Oh yeah, he has it down. Yeah, he's got the voice too. He's got like an angelic voice. Wait till you hear like Anthony sing. Go check out his channel and listen to some of his singing. Like his voice is. You think his guitar playing is great. It's like really great to hear him singing tunes. Regulator, I'm not sure who did that, but it's held for review, and I guess it will remain held, I guess. All right, here we go. 1 E and a 2 and a T E and a 4. Fingers 1 and 3 on frets 9 and 12. 1 E and a 2C and a you putting on my shoesies. off the low string, it pops up and plays. Maybe my action is a little high. Oh, let's think about that. Give me a quick moment to think about that. My brain is otherwise, it seems to be otherwise engaged and I can't detach just yet. Let's see. So when I smear off the low E string, the low string, it pops up. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Let's jump right back to that. We've got a stretch coming up, so if you're into stretching, you are in business. I tell you what, we stretch with the best of them. So we like to breathe in through the nose. Hey, Raul's in the house. Speaking of a wonderful guitar channel to check out, if you haven't checked out Raul's guitar channel, he's got all kinds of all of these finger style workouts, plus he's building a repository for if you become interested in developing repertoire. Some of the pieces he's displaying on his channel are just remarkable. So be sure to check those out. When you go visit these people, be sure to send love and like and subscribe and all of that stuff, because a rising tide, I know it's damaging to me because they're going somewhere else. But really, it's not about that. You can learn something new from everyone, right? And of course, we all know this. I'm saying things that don't need to be said. So I'm turning into one of those, heartstring puller, YouTubers. And please stop me if I get to do that. Oh God, gross. So here we go. 1 E and a 2. Oh, let's go ahead and stretch. Here we go. We're going to talk about that fourth finger like that. What happens when I roll that fourth finger? Let's say that this is my thumb, the tip of my thumb is the string. So if I use my smear right here, you can tell that my hand is almost always going to be at a straight angle. Then all of my, let's say that this is the fretboard right here. The hand, like one of those old wood clamps, where they're kind of like two pieces of blocks of wood parallel, and then there's a screw, and it kind of brings, they sandwich in those old wood clamps. That's what we want the fret hand to look like, for most of the time, generally speaking. And then, so that being said, when I activate a finger, I'm activating the tip typically, right? Because we want to get above and beyond the strings that live underneath it. I know that looks kind of stupid, but so here's this, my finger's a string, and then what I'm doing is I'm coming to the fretboard arched. It's not normal for us to feel like we can, so you can see that all of the fingers want to remain straight. But you can see that at this bend right here in this phalange, that what I'm doing is I'm trying to use, it'll try to bend, right? It'll all bend. I'm trying to use the fretboard to help hold that finger straight, okay? And in the case that I'm using a smear, I'm using that fretboard or that string to help bend my finger further while keeping this pretty much at a straight angle as best I can. And so that keeps the technique good, clean. And if that doesn't help, Jill, let me know, okay? Because I think that can help. 1 and a TE and a 4E and a 1, TE and a 4E and a 4, 2 and a TE and a 4E and hey, guitar for everyone. Hey, Tropic of Neptune's back. Yeah, right on. Good. Yeah, welcome back, friend. We had a banger of a session yesterday. I mean, our mics were failing. We did a second live stream, and I ended up having to contact YouTube because it wouldn't shut off, and it's like, geez, my live stream just went wild yesterday. Well, I came back, and a few of us came back, and we did what ended up being another hour-and-a-half stream yesterday. Something happened. I tapped the wrong button on the phone, and when I came back, the live stream was terminated on my phone, but I came back and it was still live streaming on YouTube. So it was just one of those glitchy little mornings. And hopefully we've overcome most of that issue today. And we're really thinking, all we're thinking is, you know, thank God I'm a country boy. Whew. All right. Or girl, you know, for the girls here. All right, so here we go. That little sip of bean was really nice and warm. It's like the sweater you wear on the inside, you know? Once in a while you have those little magic moments, right? And you just chase them down and they keep lining up, and then other days it's like, just stumbling one foot after the next. But really, what fun does it make when you just shuffle the root notes around? So it sounded to me like this started as an F to a C, right? But really it's an A in my mind, and a G sus, you know, to an A minor. Let's see if I can do it one more time and get it in tune. And in time. Yeah, cool stuff. It's fun once in a while when the things line up, you know. So, my teacher said to satisfaction from the Stones, you just need 5 notes and a pump in your arm. That's, let's go, millions earned. That's right. Hey, Puppet Forces from Chicago's back in town. Very nice to see you. Yeah, awesome. I love the American flag right there, friend. That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful, the heart of America. Yeah, very nice. Changes on Monday, complete different ball game. Yeah, it does. Beautiful, yeah. right, let's get back to it. So fingers 1 and 4. Let's go ahead and do, what are we doing? Fingers 2 and 1 and 4, 7 and 12. 1 E and a 2 E and a. Here we go, E and a. Let's just do, you know, that's the pattern that we talked about earlier. But we'll just do a straight pattern here. 1 and 2, fingers 1 and 4, 7 and 12. Oh yeah, don't forget to smile. Don't forget to smile. People on the stage, unless you're singing, you know, like Fire and Rain, you know, and you're getting real, like real deep, you know. If you're going for it, go for it. But you know, generally, you know, I always love watching George Benson smile. It's just like, wow, wow. And then you watch 𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗄𝗃 play 𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗃. She is an ungodly beautiful guitar player, and I don't think she smiles a whole lot while she plays, but she still looks good, sounds good. But people love that smile. You know, it's hard to beat that Joe Williams or George Benson smile. So we're back up to basically fingers 2 and 3 and 4. 1 E and a 2, fingers 2 and 3 and 4 on frets 10, 11, and 12. A 1C and a 2C and a putting on my shoesies. If you're here, you may as well smash that like button. Yeah, go ahead and double tap the screen if you're on your mobile viewport. I'm Jason, and I'm welcoming you personally to this live stream. It's a morning ritual for guitar growth. It happens every single weekday morning, all year long. It's free, and we're all warming up on the guitar together, becoming better peeps, better guitar practitioners, hopefully better people in the long run, you know, better servants of the big guy upstairs, better servants of the family, better servants of the community that we live in and serve. And you know, it's okay to become servants of the communities that made us, right? Even when no, never mind. Keep this positive. That's right. It's so important right now. More important, probably just now as it ever has been. It's as important now as it ever has been to play the guitar for that reason. You know, spreading peace and love and good happiness stuff. You know what I mean? It's so easy to like get triggered and like hate one another. Hate is a bad thing. It's counterproductive, you know. Yeah, that's something I think a lot about when I play the guitar. Do you see how I switched over to fingers 1 and 2 and 3? I hope you've joined me in that. And then we're going back down for that, you know, that little stroll back to open fret or open position. And we'll get there, but we'll definitely enjoy the scenery along the way. Greg Davis in the house. Greg Davis, good morning. Marco, good morning. Jim H, good morning. I do my best. I try to do my best to get to everybody, but if I miss you, it's not anything personal, you know. We have a lot of great representatives here that are regulars, that are, you know, they'll function, you know, they give you the aloha or they give you it's the welcoming committee, and it's a nice warm reception. I always love walking into a room full of black ties, you know, and formal wear tuxedos, and having that one person who is sort of designated to be the steward for the evening, to be sure that, you know, that they deacon people around, they welcome people in, Don't let them get stuck and fetched up, but welcome them in with warmth and then keep them moving. Those encouraging words go a long way. Good, as you know. 1E, again, I'm not saying anything that you don't already know. 1E and 2, fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those patterns really are everywhere, so we'll start. I'll have to stick to 1E and a 2, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here we go. And the next position, I'll just start doing 5s. And then run back into 4s. And then 6s. We flip the metronome on 2s and 4s. So we'll sit here for a minute because the backbeat feels really good too, doesn't it? But we're just working out fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We're also getting to fingers 1, 0, 2, and 3 and 4, just to get that 0 fret in. Smile and the whole world smiles with you. Cry and you cry alone. Yeah, beautiful, man. I was watching some old Joanne Carter last night with the Wrecking Crew. Oh, there you go. Man, be better at something each day. Yeah, be better man or a better person than we were the day before. That's right. The grin can't always be trusted. Well, that's true. So there's the stoic grin right here. Here's the stoic version. Good morning, good morning. Salam alaikum. So 1E and a 2E and a TE and a 4E, and we have 1, 2, 3, stretch 4. Here we go. And we're on our way. Ascension and procreation are the only 2 reasons for being alive. Everything else is an indulgence. That's an interesting approach, my friend. To live by the words, yeah. Everything else is a stalemate. There you go. All right. Hey, you know what you could do if you're here right now, quick, while it's fresh in your mind. And I'm not selling ginsu knives, but it is time to smash that like button. It's that time of the day again, kids. Go ahead and smash that like button, and the immediate function of that is to just sort of probably feed the algorithm. I'm not really sure what the function of it is. Does it show support for the channel? Maybe. Does it give you an endorphin hit? Maybe. Does it help you? Maybe. But I think what we're looking for is just to communicate that if this is of value to you, if meeting here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time is valuable to you for a morning ritual for guitar and personal growth, it's guitar growth, that's really all I'm qualified and barely qualified to talk about. But if it's valuable to you, smashing the like button might be appropriate. Yeah. Here we go. We're kicking that first finger back, doing the kickstand. We'll get that finger 1 on fret 8, 10, 11, and 12. Here we go. Yeah. So the trick is to get to that speed and be able to breathe normally and not feel like your body's just about to spontaneously combust with that, high caloric burn. So 1 and a 2 and a, here we go. 8, 10, 11, and 12. That's right. Oh, Mark, you're taking off? I misinterpreted that, I think. Have a solid day, Mark. Travel well, my friend. That's the Buddha grin, yes. I taught my son wears that grin in all of his transactions with mankind. He does. He's been disciplined for a long time to do that. Hey son, did you tell them I'm your father? No, Dad. And I'm like, well, why not, son? Well, Dad, I don't know whether they love you or they hate you. So he's that smart. He's a smart kid. So rain this morning, camping. Oh, you're camping right now, aren't you? Someone was camping. Is that you, Robbie? You're out there camping, right? Oh, I can keep up with the 6s now, no problem. Yes, that's great to hear. That's a wonderful comment. That comment made my morning, friend. Yeah, man, I'll check the litter cat. Let's check the litter box. That's funny. Gotta drop early. Hey, Jill, thank you very much for being here. I hope you have a good morning and just a wonderful day. I know we got a little deep here, but I think it was a good morning. So I'm glad that you were here with us. Until we meet again, happy picking, friend. So Dan, good morning again. Stay salty. Love it. That's good. Can you play Careless Whispers? Man, I've been doing that all morning. Santosh Rai, good morning. Good morning. So I'm working through minor pentatonic shapes now and just planing it up and down the fretboard. Next shape. Fingers 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. Oh, that's right. I wanted to talk about triads today. Sorry. Right after this, we'll get right into triads. Can't do it in open position. Man in the box, yeah. It's hard to play at 60. So that's those are some old favorites, but I wanted to start with the C major chord again. I was hoping to do this a little earlier. I got a little bit lost, but that's okay. So we're starting with open G, fret 1 on the B string, open high E string. And then F, which is 2, 1, 1. And then back to C again. Up to the next inversions of each one of those. C, E, G, fret 5, 5, 3, and then 5, 6, 5 for the F, or C, F, A, and then C, E, G. Just the D chord, you know, and then we're moving up to the next version, voice inversion of the voicing of this E, G, C. C, so it's E, G, C, and then F, A, F, A, C, and then C, E, G, C, and then F, A, C, and then up to G, C, E, an octave above where we started, and then the F is A, C, F. So we're linking all of those things together using the C major scale. So it's really fun just to kind of think about, nursery rhymes. Mary had a little lamb, twinkle twinkle, or that phrasing helps us to piece these things together. And if we're going to use notes in between those triadic shapes, let's hang right out here on C for a minute. And I just want to know the G, A, B, C. I want to know all of the C major scale notes on each string in between each one of those voicing, so I can play them accurately and bridge the gap from one inversion to the next. Pretty simple like that. But I want to use those, I want to know all of those notes, where they sit, okay? So yeah, double stops are mighty fun. So now what we're using, we're starting to approach the George Van Eps approach to the guitar, and so we'll start working on that as we start to proceed. But I think we're closing the gap. We're starting to warm down today, and I'll warm down again with one final stretch, just getting that back in place. Roll my shoulders back up and out of the way, sit up straight, and I've got my trusty elbow straight, and just closing up here today with a nice little stretch. This also gives me time to address any comments that are inbound as we start to zip up for the day, or unzip for the day, and kind of get back into the, come in out of the cold and back into the sleeping bag for that warm cup of tea so that we can survive the night. Yeah, it's a journey, brother. Jimmy. That's right. Yeah, I love the J-I-M-I. Gotta love it. Dan's chord vocabulary is vast. He's going to be a lethal jazzer pretty soon. He's already there. It's just a matter of going through the motions, right? Going through the motions. That's a beautiful thing to hear. You use bends on those flat wounds. Hey, Dan, I'm curious, what gauge strings do you use? So you said you use flats on your beauties there, right? Rob, thanks for being here, Robbie. We all appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. All right. Later, Kev. Congratulations once again. I'll email you later today, and we can set that up as soon as you're available, as soon as possible. We'll get that done. And but before, there's no rush. I want you to have 3 short-term goals, like where do you see yourself at the end of the summer? I think that's a pretty good place to start. What are you hoping to accomplish in a 3-month period? And if you want to supply a 3-5-year goal, a long-term goals over the next 5 years, that's a good thing too. But just be thinking about that stuff, and we'll get that session rolling. All right. Dan, all right. Let's see. Thanks, Anthony. I love those jazz tones. Have a great day, Kevin. I've been working on some old Guess Who. Oh, wow. Yeah, good for you. 11s. That's a wonderful gauge. And you've been going through some Ted Green book series. Yeah, right on. That wood grain is awesome. Yeah, 𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀. 𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀. It's I'm going to have another guitar, maybe a couple of guitars here in the next little while, and these are going to be some real bangers, and I'm really looking forward to these things, you know. So I think we're in the process of getting them sent, you know, getting them all buttoned up and sent, and I think these are going to be a real game changer for some, you know. Might be the other versions of these would be totally out of reach, you know, $85,000, $10,000, $15,000 guitars, but I think the one or two that I'm going to be looking at over the next month or two, or few months, are real bangers, and they I'm really excited about that. So we'll talk more about that as time comes up. If you like fancy chords, them chords, all right, great stuff, brother. Some major finger juggling, yeah. All right, well, I think we've gotten it. I've gotten finally down to the end of the live chat, and you know, thanks for being here. And if you have any other questions, you can always email me at jason@ksoncareyguitar.com. That's you know, got that sort of set, or grow@ksoncareyguitar.com. Sort of catch-all bin there. So you can email me whatever you want. If you have questions, if you have anything that helps to keep that helps to expand guitar engagement for the year of 2025, we're all ears for it, all ears about it. So don't hesitate. If you would like to email just to say hi, hey dude, you know, maybe change this, or maybe improve that, or maybe you can do this. We're totally open to all of that stuff. So if you do want to email jason@ksoncareyguitar.com or grow@ksoncareyguitar.com anytime, we're always open. So that way. I'm looking at a 12 string for my birthday next month. Oh, birthday month, June, summer boy. Yeah. What kind of 12 string are you thinking about? Are you thinking about Martin, maybe? Oh, the classical. You know, I've got this beautiful classic acoustic guitar, classical guitar, and I really want to start doing some classical warm-ups here on the channel. Would you guys, is that something that you guys would be open to? Are you interested? Is there any interest at all in that, and doing the classical guitar warm-ups here in the morning? Is that something? Oh yeah, yep. Now, have you heard, Dan? You must be familiar with Mr. 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏, right? I think pretty much everybody's familiar with 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏, right? There was a record, one of his earlier albums, called 6 and 12 string guitar. I'm sure you've heard that, and he's also, some of his more recent stuff with Mike Gordon, a bass player from bass guitarist from Phish. They did a collaboration, and he's still playing, you know, 6 and 12 string guitars, and I think you might get a kick out. If you haven't heard it yet, there's a song called Clone that you might enjoy. So let me know. And I think I'm out for now. I've got to get moving, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. And until we meet again, I wish you happy picking, friends. All right. Have a super day.